here we go with episode 580. Let's just get straight into it. I'm ready for the shenanigans. I mentioned this on another reaction. I can't remember what it was for, but it's a based on a Twitter joke I really like. Loopy is gonna shenan, and then he's gonna shenan again. I love that. All right, well let's go ahead and get into these shenanigans. You know where we are, and you know where we're going. 3, 2, 1. Oh, I have the wrong headphones on. Shit. Can't hear it if I got the wrong headphones on. This whole emergency signal for the snail. The only thing that's more troubling about that is the fact the snail spit out blood, which means we're abusing these snails. If you use a snail and you die, the snail on the other end gets abused. You made him bleed, man. That's not cool. Look at Brooke. He's astonished. I think you have Zoro's attention. The word punk must mean something else in Japanese. In America, in English, it means two different things. You're either a coward bitch ass, or it's some kind of like hippie thing, punk rock. So it's either cool or the opposite of cool. So I'm trying to figure out which one applies to punk hazard, if it's some third definition. I imagine it's probably more the punk rock category than you're a bitch ass. I've already listed my objections to how they don't know that dragons exist. But now this does explain why all the fire, right? If this is a Western dragon, I think it's probably an Eastern dragon. Eastern dragons don't breathe fire. So that's actually good. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe he just likes fire. Think I heard Luffy's name this time. I haven't heard any recognizable words lately in these titles. Nothing to do but die. Look at him. It is awesome. I would love to meet a dragon, right? Of course, I'd only survive a couple of seconds, but, I would love to meet it. Look at him. It's pretty cool. Especially if the dragon can't breathe fire. You have a 1% chance of living over the fact that a dragon that can breathe fire, because that's just another way it can kill you, right? Does he want him as a pet? Yeah, he's worshiping you. Oh, he can talk. Oh, wait, no, that's not the dragon. Somebody else is saying that. Because the dragon wouldn't ask a question and try to kill you immediately, right? I don't think. He's coming after you. Boy, you about to be a Scooby snack, man. Thank you for grinding my face against the pavement. Did he? Was it the dragon? Oh, only Luffy heard that. I mean, the difference between a dragon and a dinosaur is not. There's not much difference if they don't breathe fire. Pretty similar. So, if there was a dinosaur still living somewhere in some random isolated island, you would think it's a dragon if it doesn't breathe fire. And you're into the whole Western. Though, is he breathing fire? I think he's breathing fire. So it's a Western dragon. Yeah, he's a Western dragon. I don't claim to have an encyclopedic knowledge of all the Eastern dragons. There could be an Eastern dragon in breathes fire. I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about. I just have a very broad, very general knowledge of a few things. That's about it. I don't even remember if the Mulan dragon breathed fire or not. I don't think so. Yeah, he's into it. Yeah, this gives us something new we can kill. He's into it so much. Luffy's pretty much indestructible. I think a dragon could kill him. I'm going to teach you something here, Dragon Boy. He's pretty indestructible, so he has a like an arrogance in when encountering anything new, right? Let me educate you. I'm going to call you Spot, and you're going to be my pet. This is typically how he treats animals. He kicks their ass, and then they like him. Hey, man, that wasn't cool. Yeah. Watch the tail. I wonder if this is just the dragon's just playing. Like, if he did ask, "Who are you?" Why would he immediately try to kill you? I mean, look, if you want to immediately kill him, immediately kill him. There's no reason for questions. Or if you want to talk, then why try it? You know what I'm saying? Something else is going on here. You're about to get cut up, boy. See, that's something else. Maybe they all heard that one. I think they all heard this one. So it is the dragon. Or are they just assuming that? Yeah, that's right. Dragons deserve three swords. Yeah, I'm not a tiger. I think you just made a mistake. I think this boy is too strong for you. He's a big boy. Look at him. He brushed it off what you just did. Now, if you chip a tooth, maybe you'll make him mad. Those are two bad qualities if you're trying to fight him. You around? You good? Oh, now he's pissed. Hey, dude, I would say he didn't start this fight, did he? Like, the dragon started it. So, that's the category of don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Like, if you just came up and punched an animal, I wouldn't have any sympathy for you. I'd have sympathy for the animal. But I feel like the dragon started it. Yeah. If he's going to keep attacking you, it don't matter if he can talk. We need to, like, if we want to have a conversation, let's have a conversation, buddy. Stop being so aggro. Yeah. He's going to take flight. Yep. He's out of here. Well, this is fun, but, I got a thing with the girl. I'm nailing a donkey over in the next island, so, I'll be back later. It is cool, isn't it? Not really. It depends on if they're still warlords or not. We like two of them. He'll ask a question, try to kill you, and if you survive, he'll ask another question. Like I said, it makes no sense, dude. Maybe he doesn't understand whatever language we're speaking. Because what do you think? Everybody speaks Japanese. I mean, I don't think it matters. It's just the common tongue, right? But he maybe he doesn't understand the common tongue. What? Because they're hearing it in their head, right? There's not enough ice cream in the world. He's always happier when he's cooking. What are you making there? Tortilla? Oh, it's a dessert. A dessert tortilla? Looks like the cloud bridge is still there. No. Still sucks. Soda doesn't quench your thirst. You need to be drinking juice or, water. Why do I keep hearing heavy breathing? It's not me. Something's here. I love the mystery, like whenever we first encounter a new island. Typically, they go with the mystery first. What are you doing? Was that barrel already there? Why would we have a gas barrel on the deck? Couldn't be a dragon, though, right? Oh, great. We're getting taken over. Why would you feel lightheaded? You're just a skeleton. What an idiot. Maybe Chopper's immune. Nope. It was a pleasant fantasy there for 2 seconds. I think it's more than one. Or it's four-legged. Whatever the hell it is. Hey, can you turn on the light? It's hard to see you. Hey, Zora. I don't think we've seen Zoras before. I don't know why I left my one sword here, but I think we've seen everybody at least once now. Saw Usopp recently. I don't remember seeing Sanji, but don't really care either way. Everybody else I remember at least once. Not sure about Robin. What would she have picked up? She probably picked up a book, right? Really? So you're telling me like this lava volcanic island with a dragon breathing fire is hot? Is that what you're telling me? I don't think the thing's going to help in this situation. This is one of those few scenarios where her being overpowered doesn't matter. She's screwed. We get it. They're sweating. This thing is hard to fight, man. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Think we want to kill him. I still don't think he's necessarily aggressive. I think it's a misunderstanding. Dumbass. Dumbass. Yeah, look at him. He's crazy. Well, shit. Everything is hot. The hell is that? Is that a person? Are we dealing with shadows again? Is that what's going on? Oh, is that Usopp? Wait, those are samurai shoes. I've seen that in Samurai Champloo. Jimby has a pair too. Maybe he's the one that's talking. He's the one that's talking. Gotcha. Because he's saying the boo after the end of the name. See, this explains everything. You got two different entities. One's talking and one's attacking. So you just like that dude in your back? I mean, we're trying to help you out here, buddy. You bastard. Oh, that's not very nice. Oh, shit. So the dragon's a moron. Okay. He wasn't talking at all. This explains everything. Yep. Down you go. You know, when Luffy outsmarts you, that would have to be really, really embarrassing. You really are the dumbest bastard on the planet if Luffy outsmarts you. Yep, guess we're gonna take his ass out. Now I don't feel bad about killing him. Now I know he's not sentient. I wasn't really on board before. Oh, trampoline, huh? It's kind of convenient. There's only a couple use cases for that ever, but this is one of them. Yeah, slice and dice. We're gonna be eating dragon steaks for weeks. One sword to rule them all. He's about to breathe fire. Ha! Get him out the paint. We'll consider that a 3-point shot. Cut his head off. Holy shit. Wow. That's a quick ass resolution. Assuming it doesn't grow back like a Hydra, right? That's crazy. I really thought the dragon was going to be a character and they were going to turn him around, right? Because he talked. We can grill. He's already talking about eating it. Yeah. I'm with Robin on this one. That's right. Catch his ass. Oh, catch them. That makes more sense. He can just fall. Now, what's with the person in his back? Meanwhile, ship's been taken over. Oh, he didn't get knocked out. Interesting. He's about to get knocked out now. Gas mask. You do see the poison, right? I mean, if it just knocks you out, it's still poison. Poison doesn't necessarily have to mean deadly. Technically speaking, some hot sauces are poison because they damage the body. Jesus. Well, we're not getting any help here, dumbass. Yeah, you did, you moron. I don't think a hand's good enough. Get your ass inside. Still got the door open and shit. I die now. Too late. Too effing late. There's way more than one. There's like 4 or 5 of them. Interesting. Wow, there's a whole gang of them. Jesus. Gas works because there's some powerful people on this ship. They would have kicked your ass. So it's a great way if the plot needs them to take over the ship, it's a great way to do it. Yeah, we got a name for everything. Yep, he's a raccoon dog. Are we doing experiments on this island? I think we are. What if this is Dr. Vagabond, whatever? We still haven't met that son bitch. And he knows what a cyborg is on sight, so. The master would be the doctor, of course. Well, shit. We've already done the island of Dr. Moreau. They're pretty high tech. They have technological equipment. I'm going to guess. That's what I think's going on. Vega Bound, Vega Beak, whatever the hell his name is. That's what I think's going on. These are his minions. And they could even be like some kind of hybrid creatures. You know, he could have invented the dragon, taken Western and Eastern dragons, kind of mashed them together. Another thing about it, did you know? Wait, no. Shit. The dragon had front paws and back paws, right? Let me confirm that. Okay, we know he has back paws for sure. And then he's got wings. Shit, I can't tell. It looks like he does have front paws, right? Because these paws up here, but he also has paws further back. It's hard to tell though. Let's keep going. Okay, yes, this, you can clearly see here. See, he has front paws and back paws, right? You see the ones in front, and then there's some in back. Okay, so he has, in other words, he has 6 limbs, which George R. R. Martin has pointed out is unrealistic. There are no animals who have 6 limbs. You know, 3 sets of legs or 2 sets of legs and a set of arms. Like a centaur, for instance, would have 6 limbs. Because he has 4 horse legs and he has 2 human arms, right? No creatures have 6 limbs. Only insects have more than 4 limbs. So every creature has 4 limbs. So what happens is, like a bird has 2 feet and then 2 wings. The wings are limbs, right? So, and I'm saying we're talking about One Piece. There's a lot of unrealistic shit. We have people with extra joints and everything. But this is important because people are constantly screwing up the fact that dragons have 6 limbs and they wouldn't have 6 limbs. Yeah, you could say it's a fantasy creature, whatever, but like we're saying that like you either want a grounded fantasy that things make sense and it feels like this is a world we could live in, or it's just a bullshit fantasy and you can just pull everything out of your ass and then everything's chaotic and there's no organization to anything, right? Like so that's what we're saying here. If you want like a very disconnected, ungrounded magic system, then go do Harry Potter, right? Like because none of that shit makes any sense. But if you want something a little bit more grounded, then you there are certain things you just need to pay attention to. And a lot of fantasy people just don't pay attention to the fact that dragons would not have 6 limbs. They wouldn't have 4 legs and 2 wings. What they would have is they would have back legs and then wings, right? Because the wings are limbs, so they wouldn't have front paws. Now, here's where it gets interesting. What if Dr. Vagabond is a moron and he doesn't realize that dragons should have just hind legs and front. If you and I were going to go into a lab and create a dragon, you'd be saying, okay, we're going to create the dragon from scratch. Okay, we're going to give him 4 legs. We're going to give him the wings. I'm going to say, no, dragons would have back legs and then they'd have wings. And you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Like they should only have 4 limbs because every creature just has 4 limbs. So then we would create the dragon realistically with back legs and then front wings, right? But what if I wasn't there? And it's just you and you're creating the dragon, you don't realize that the legs and wings are the same thing, right? So you give him 4 limbs, 4 legs, and then you give him 2 wings, so he has 6 limbs. If you're creating from scratch, you can do whatever hell you want. That's my theory here. I think the author's smart enough to know dragons would not have front paws. So I think that's a subtle clue that he was created in a lab. They took the time to talk about how dragons aren't real in their mythological creatures, and nobody's ever seen one. Now, I've already had the filler conversation. We're done with that. That's over with. So we're putting that aside. So I think that this guy was created in a lab, and he was created by a moron who didn't know the 6 limb thing. He didn't realize giving him front paws is stupid, right? So I think this is actually a subtle hint, proof that we're dealing with Vagabond, and he's creating creatures in a lab. which means his minions are probably something else he created. Elves, like he may be going with the full mythology. This could be Fantasy Island, like and not the cool kind of Fantasy Island, the other kind of Fantasy Island. We'll grab a bunch of fantasy creatures, gruffs, centaurs. Have we seen centaurs yet? I can't remember. I don't think so. And dragons and whatever else we can think of, right? Unicorns. I don't think. Well, I think we've seen unicorn. We saw a unicorn. Didn't we see a unicorn on Zombie Island? I think we saw one somewhere. But you know what I mean, right? So this is that's my working theory at the moment, anyway.